everyone, it's Jamie from the tech team. It is Tech Tuesday, and I have some updates for you tonight. So first, it is October, and this is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I have a quiz for you. If you haven't seen this before, try out this phishing quiz from Google. It's really good. It kind of tests your skills. It'll stump you. I think it's quite good, and just really raise awareness about what you might see in your inboxes, and just really help out with that. So that's something a little bit for fun, a little bit educational. So check that out. Real updates. My first one for you is we have a guide about troubleshooting connection issues. So I worked with the tech interns and the rest of the tech team, and they produced this document for you that gives you about 15 different things to try when you're really having those connection issues. So these are our ins and outs and things that we do when we're experiencing problems, and I think they'll really help you. So read through that, and you'll really see some quick tips and ideas. Like one thing I learned this week that's super easy to do is if you're in a meeting, a Zoom meeting or Google Meet meeting, and you're kind of experiencing some connection lag, if you have the tile view on where you can see everybody, one step before turning your camera off to kind of improve that is just change it to speaker view. That way it's not processing as much video feed and trying to use your bandwidth. That way you're reducing it to just seeing the teacher or just seeing the person who's talking. So that's a quick tip to help. And then of course the next one is kind of turning that camera off and seeing if it improves. So again, a bunch of ideas on there for you to really help you. And then next, I had to reschedule our parent tech checkups. I'm sorry, I had this really crazy ear infection in both ears, and I was just knocked out for a week. So it was really tough to try to do anything normal, but I've rescheduled these starting next week. So we'll have 3 sessions. We'll have our TK2 session, a 3rd through 6th grade session, and then 7 through 12. So please register for those. And we'll talk about kind of the tech tools that you're probably more familiar with now. So when we chatted in summer, it was so much new things. And now you probably have a grasp of them, and I can fill in some of the blanks for you. And bring your questions, bring your challenges, bring your ideas. We'll spend some time talking about things that our teachers are doing now, and some troubleshooting things. And then also if you have ideas or questions, we'll have time for that too. All right. Last couple items. Thank you for all of the families who responded to our Spectrum survey. Over 200 of you got back to me. And with the help of our city council and city of LCF staff, we have a heat map kind of showing where all the kind of connectivity issues and outages have been during August and September. And we'll be sharing that with Spectrum. This is a really great subcommittee. It's called the Broadband Subcommittee, and 2 city council members are on there along with staff from the city, myself from the district, and we just had a staff member from JPL join. So we're really talking about the big issues with connections in terms of broadband in our town. And next week we're going to be meeting with AT&T to hear their offerings and what solutions they might bring. So we're really excited about this. And just to clarify, the city isn't blocking anything in terms of construction from Spectrum or construction from AT&T. So somehow those misconceptions got out there from some texts from those companies. So I just want to clarify, I'm part of the subcommittee and hearing it firsthand that there's no roadblocks on the city side to improving service. So we're working through that, and more to come as soon as I have more news. And then last 2 items. So this is really cool to report. We launched our paper tutoring service about 2.5-3 weeks ago, really. And in the last month, so since we had our soft launch and then kind of announced it to all students, over 130 students have been logging in. And among those 130, they've had over 460 sessions. So I bring those numbers up to let you know first, it's a little bit low out of the students who have access. We have over 3,000 students who have a license. Only 131 have tried it. But of those 131, they're going multiple times. So that to me is a really good sign. I'd love to see the total student number go higher. So I really encourage you to open this program up with your students and really show them the options. Again, think about it as just another voice in the room. It's really helpful to have maybe somebody else kind of troubleshoot that homework with your student. And students, if you haven't checked this out, please do go to ClassLink, and then you'll find the paper app, log in, you pick your subject, and then you just start having a conversation via text with a tutor, and you can get the help that you need. I've seen sessions, right before school studying for a math test. I saw a session, somebody was up in the middle of the night getting help with some science. So whatever you need, please jump in there and get help. And so far, what I've been seeing is a lot of really positive experiences with students and a lot of learning. So I'm super excited about this and want more students to find it and be using it. And then last item, so we have a waiting list for hotspots right now. We bought over 125, and I checked the logs, and only about 60 are active. So we've got some hotspot hoarding going on out there. And I know some of you might have borrowed them for those just in case moments, but we have some families who are faced with outages from either Spectrum or SCE, and we can't help them for those last minute issues when they're all checked out. So if you borrowed one and aren't using it, and that's a lot of you that borrowed them, please return them as soon as possible. That way we can kind of have this short-term loaner system working, because that tends to be when people need them and they're not needing them for more than a few days. We want to make sure we get them back. And then those 60 that are active, awesome. That means we're meeting the need for you. And that's great. So again, if you borrowed one for just in case, or you borrowed one and forgot about it, please bring it back so we can get those to those families on the waiting list. Okay, those are my updates for this week. I hope you guys are all handling everything well, the best you can. I wish you safety and good health, and talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone.